I love movies that inspire me to be a better person, to step forward into this unforgiving, cruel world and simply be decent. This is not one of those movies. I am a worse person because of this. I look at every piece of art under the same scrutiny that Zorro looks at black people. I can no longer tolerate mediocrity. If I come home from work and see my little sister got artwork on her fridge, I'm taking that shit down. I'll be damned if I gotta look at some whiny dipshit's piece of art every time I get a glass of water. This movie grabs you by the neck for a tight hour and 47 minutes and only tightens its grip the longer it goes on. I could be jaywalking in front of Batman and I wouldn't be sweating nearly as much as when I'm watching this movie. I could be Kanye's PR representative and I wouldn't get as much anxiety as when I'm watching this movie. They let this man in the kitchen for 19 days and he came out with the most intense, anxiety-inducing meal of all time, and that meal goes by the name of Whiplash is deceivingly simple. It's about this dude attempting to strive for perfection and become the world's greatest musician. That monkey D. Luffy ass motivation seems harmless, but that's
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Now, was I rushing or was I dragging? Count again.
Very obviously not the case. The question that Whiplash asks its audience is this justified? Is it okay to sacrifice your physical being for greatness? Is it okay to sacrifice your relationships, your empathy, practically your sanity for greatness? Now, if we can't agree on this, you gotta stop watching the video because the answer is a very confident no! But the thing that makes Whiplash so special is that it paints the wrong answer so beautifully that you think the answer is yes. I'm just gonna say the objective synopsis of this movie. Andrew has a nice, modest life, but in pursuit of greatness, he endures psychological and physical pain and destroys every one of his existing and potential relationships. However, on a technical level, when Andrew is a legitimately decent person, the color temperature is uninviting, cold and cool. Andrew doesn't want to be here, and god damn it, I don't want to look at this. Fletcher is this orange warm hue that represents where Andrew wants to be and what I'd much rather look at. You can also telegraph Andrew's mental state through the color temperature as well. He goes from cold to warm, back to cool, then hella warm. The framing of every conflict in this movie is centered around people's faces and close-ups. Doing so doesn't allow the audience to directly correlate the damage done to any of the victims. Anyway, my point in bringing this up is to give credibility to the statement I'm about to make, being that Whiplash visually tells you that Fletcher is right and narratively tells you he's wrong. The camera is fixated on close-ups as opposed to wides more often than not, as to accentuate the idea that wiping the look off of desperations from Neiman's face and the smug look off of his cousin's face is worth all the damage. We, the audience, also know that, hey,
You say the goddamn kid! Get the fuck out of my sight before I demolish you.
This isn't nice, so we're narratively told the contrary. However, my favorite moments from this film are when this law is broken and they overlap, meaning at one point the film narratively tells you Fletcher's right and visually tells you he's wrong. The former is this scene.
There are no two words in the English language more harmful than good job.
When he's not screaming, he's low-key making a lot of sense. Like, the latter is this shot. When I first saw this, I was like, damn, he's proud of his son. But upon closer inspection and almost a decade worth of being very annoying about this movie, I realized that this is the face of a man who just witnessed a murder. During some of the very brief moments where Whiplash allows you to actually exhale, you get moments like this, a supportful dad trying to understand his son. It's nice, it's calm, and you get the idea that Neiman's dad is right. Look how shit Andrew's life has gone. And it makes the whole sequence a lot sadder. Until we get to my favorite shot of the movie. Brief moment of reprieve, a glance, and then all together now.